Okay, so this video starts a little bit more differently as my other videos because I just have a little story to tell, which was funny because it could have. Hey doggy, I'm shooting. Hey. Because the story could have ended a lot worse for me. Afi, come on. So yeah, anyway, so today I went to a buddy of mine who owns a 140i. You probably saw him in a video that I shot a few weeks ago, the black 140i with the red round things in the rims, the one with the X-Drive. If you haven't seen the video, go check it out. So I took his car for a spin then, but he lives all the way on the sea in Belgium, and that's a 2-hour drive for me. So we don't see each other quite often. But now he installed a Remus back box exhaust. So he said like, why don't you come over? We make some nice shots for the car with some epic drone shots and just do some little things, and we capture some things here and there which I'm going to show after my talk. And we were also planning on doing some drone shots, but the thing, Nafi, my dog is just interrupting the video. We were trying to do some drone shots because he knew a very nice spot, but apparently, weirdly enough, that spot, and I never thought about that, was in a restricted area. So my drone, my DJI drone, knows where it can and cannot fly. Okay, so my DJI drone knows where it can and cannot fly, and apparently I was in a no-fly zone because we were apparently pretty close to an airport. So yeah, the airport was too close to the spot he was going to make shots of the car. So I couldn't film because the drone wouldn't simply move. So that was really bothering. So we went to another spot, and there we made some other shots which I'm also going to show, but it wasn't really that spectacular. And we also did some little pulls, just rolling from 80 to 150, just to show, just to show how much faster the 140i is compared to my tuned 114i. So yeah, that was actually the plan of the story. I wasn't going to make a whole video about it, but now with this story, I think it will add up for a nice long enough video. But anyway, what happened was I left here at my home, and I was literally driving for 5 minutes, and when I go to his place, I pass the cop station, where the cops are in my town. I pass very close to them. I only am one street away from them. And I was driving, and I saw that one of their anonymous cop cars was waiting, but I knew the car because I just knew them. And so I was driving, and they drove behind me, and I was already like, fuck, this is no good, because I don't want a cop car driving behind me, because my suspension is legal in Belgium, but you have to get it checked, and then you get paperwork and stuff like that. It's a whole bullshit thing, but I didn't do that yet. Actually, you have to do it when you installed it. Mine is already installed 7 months ago, but my car is not extremely low, so they didn't say anything about that. But then my exhaust is kind of illegal. So the exhaust being illegal bothered me a little bit. So when I was driving behind them, it was downhill. So I really drove didn't I expect. So I really was not in any gear, pushing in my clutch, keeping the RPM low as possible. and just to make as less noise as possible. And then I was just coasting in first gear because it was a very slow place. And then suddenly, out of nothing, my girlfriend was sitting next to me. I also completely forgot to film, that's why I'm narrating this. Suddenly, you know, the lights were on and the sirens, and I was like, fuck, they are going to, you know, fuck me dry in the ass. So yeah, they put their sirens on, they pulled me aside, and I was waiting, you know, there, and a cop came and he said, can I have your driver's license and your papers from your car? So my insurance, my yearly inspection card, and also my license plate card. So I gave it to them, and that was all fine. And I just asked politely, why did you pull me over? And he said, well, we think your exhaust is kind of loud. And I was like, oh shit, now I am really screwed, because my exhaust is not legal and they will find out. So they said, you know, your exhaust is too loud. It seems, can we have the papers of the exhaust? Because if you do a custom back box, like paper, like a legal exhaust on the car, then you if you do a legal exhaust on the car, then you get papers with them, and you know, the yearly inspection thing sees if they are right for the car. It's a whole bullshit thing, it's just ridiculous here in Belgium. And he asked for that papers, but my car being a straight pipe, custom welded, there are no papers. So I just put on a poker face and I said, this car is imported like this from Germany. It's a stock exhaust system, it's a very limited and performance exhaust system. The car left the factory like this. It's original, so there are no papers because it's original and it was only made for Germany. And the cop was like, okay. And then I said that I used to work for the yearly car inspection. That's true, and that it was my job to know those laws perfectly. And I was like, you know, I said, I was pretty arrogant, but I said it. I said, I probably know the laws better than you about this. Stupid thing to say, but he was like, okay. He went to the back of my car. I turned off my engine, by the way, and he had a look at my papers, my driver's license, was looking at my car, looked at my license plate, and he didn't have a look under the car, because if you look under the car, you can clearly see that there is no muffler. And he didn't do that. So I was really nervous, looking in my mirror like, shit. I was really nervous. But my perfect poker face said, okay, the car came original like that, and he went with it. So I was like, okay, because there is a certain paper that every Belgian car needs to have. But when you import a car from another country, you don't have to get that paper. And my car is imported from Germany, so I don't have to have that paper. And that paper tells you what kind of exhaust I have. So they really couldn't tell what, you know, my exhaust system would be. So they got it. So they believed me, weirdly enough. But then, so he said, okay, fine. But now another thing, and I was like, okay. And I will explain this further. He said, why do you keep calling us retarded smurfs on Facebook? And I was like, how the fuck do you know that? So he must have seen my comments with his personal Facebook, and then, you know, really watched my profile, saw my car, and then came across me in real life and put me aside to teach me a lesson. So what happens is, I'm not really a big cop fanatic like most car guys, because I think they're just, you know, being ridiculous about cars and, you know, with their speed traps. And in my town there live around 40,000 people, and there is big Facebook groups, and also the cops from my town have their own Facebook group. And I don't follow them, but when they share that they have done speed traps in certain streets, someone shares that in the big Facebook group from my town, and then I always comment, almost always comment like, don't they have anything better to do, the retarded smurfs with their stupid anonymous cop car that you can see from miles away, stop, harassing people with stupid speed tickets and do something useful. I'm a little bit of a douchebag on Facebook. So that's what I said, and apparently some cops with a private account must have read those comments and started to know who I am. So he commented about that, but he felt that I said those things to him personally, and he said like, what is your problem with us? Why do you act like that? Come on, tell me in my face. He was really like, come on, tell me, have the balls to tell me. And he probably didn't know me that well, because I had the balls and I told it in his face what my problem was with the cops. So I told him, the speed traps are ridiculous. You always go to stupid places where people easily speed because the speed laws there are just stupid as fuck. And then I said like this, what you're doing right now is just showing your power over me. You're just, this is being ridiculous. This is stupid. So he said like, no, this is not stupid. We live in the same town, blah, blah, blah. This is no fun for us that you always post those comments. So we really felt attacked, but if you are a cop, you should really be above that, because I didn't attack him personally. I just, said cops in general. So yeah, I think he really is bothered with what I said. I know it's not nice of me, but still, I don't care. I'm a little bit of a douchebag on, that area. So yeah, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll stop doing that. And I probably will stop doing that, because if they know who I am on Facebook and they see my comments and they will start doing shit like that, then I will get pulled aside every other week, and I'm really not bothered with that because my car is not legal. So yeah, that was really a weird story. Yeah, like I said, and then they said, after I said okay, I'll stop with it, he gave me my papers back, and he was like, okay, you can go. And I was like, super lucky, because like I said, my exhaust isn't legal. I'm probably going to think about the system with a muffler with flaps, so I can put them open, have the same sound, and then close them again when cops are being a little bit stupid. But yeah, that was really yeah, that was a fun story. I'm really ashamed that I didn't film it, because it's a true story. But yeah, we were speaking Dutch anyway, and most of you guys, most of us guys don't, speak Dutch from my viewers, so it's better that I explain it anyway. But yeah, it was a weird story. But now, enough shattering. I'm going to show the clips with the M140i. I'm now going to get drunk, and I hope you guys enjoy the clips a little bit, and see you next video. Anyway guys, thanks for watching and I'll see you very soon. Bye.